Hi, I'm Wender, and in this video I will show you how important it is to write automated tests for a hybrid mobile app. Automated testing is a process in which you can write code that tests your own production code. We already test software, but most of the time we do it manually. So why not automate this process? With an automated process, we have lots of gains, like the possibility of running hundreds of tests in just a few seconds. There are some types of automated tests. Some of them are unit tests, integration tests, and end-to-end tests. In this video, we will use unit test. Unit test is a type of test that we can test a unit of code. Two benefits of this type of test is that they run very quickly, so you can run them always after a change in your code, and so verify if the methods are working as expected. To show you a scenario where a unit test can help us, I will use an Ionic app called Simple Calculator app that just sums two numbers and shows the result. This is the Simple Calculator app. Imagine that we are the user that installed this app from some app store, and now we are using it. Let's use this calculator. At the first input, I will put a number 1, and in the second input, I will put a number 2. I will click at the sum button, and wait, this result should be 3. It seems that this calculator has a bug. Now, as I am an user, I go to the App Store and give 1 star to this app and comment something like, "Hey, this app is a crap, it doesn't work." And I will not stop there. I will tell to my friends about my frustration using this app. This bug will cause the Simple Calculator app to lose many users. Let's investigate where the calculation error is. This is the Simple Calculator app code. The Simple Calculator app has 1 service and 1 controller. Let's see what the controller does. It's a simple controller with 1 method that calls a service named calculator service to do the calculation. Let's see how the calculator service does the sum. The method sum inside the calculator service is what we want to see. Aha! Look at that return statement. The sum method is returning number 1 plus number 1. And the correct calculation should be number 1 plus number 2. We have just found the bug. So now that we have figured out what was the problem, we just have to fix it, changing the second number 1 to number 2. Like that. Let's test the calculator again. I will do the same calculation I did before. Put a number 1 at the first input, a number 2 at the second input, and click at the sum button. Now we have the right result. Let's try another numbers. Number 3 at first input, and number 5 at the second one. Click at the sum button, and now everything works fine. The bug situation could be avoided if the method sum had automated test testing every change we made in the Simple Calculator app. Take a look at how we can do that using a test framework called Jasmine and a test. Before showing you an automated test, let's see what is Jasmine and Karma. Jasmine is the most popular test framework of the developers that use Angular. This BTD test framework has a simple syntax, and in an easy way, we can have a good organization of our tests and we can run them in multiple browsers. Karma is a test runner. This means that it's responsible to read the test code and run it in somewhere. With a simple configuration, you can use Karma to run Jasmine tests in a browser or even in a smartphone. It's possible to debug tests using Chrome DevTools. If you have a continuous integration build, you can integrate it with Karma. Now that we have seen what Jasmine is and what Karma is, let's see how a unit test works using these two tools. Let's navigate to the test folder and open a file called calculatorservice.spec.js. For now, in this file, you have to know that we have a test suite called calculator service and a test spec with a description: sum method should sum two numbers and return the right result. The Jasmine methods expect and to be will help us testing if the result returned from the sum method is equal to the value of the expected result variable. Here, we are calling the calculator service.sum method, passing two arguments to it. The first argument is a number 1 and the second argument is a number 2. The return result of this calculation should be the expected result, in this case 3. So, Jasmine expected method will expect that the return result to be the expected result. This is called an assert. So let's run this test. Here in the terminal, I will execute the command karma start to execute our test. This command will execute our test on Chrome. And here, to see the result of the executed test, I will click at the debug button and see the inspected page. Open the console tab and here is our test result. Success! Calculator services sum method should sum two numbers and return the right result. Let's return our code to the initial state and run our test again. Back to the code, let's navigate to the calculator service. Return the code to the initial state and run the test again. Karma start. Open Chrome. Click at the debug button. Inspect the page. Click at console tab. And now, as you can see, our test failed. Calculator service sum method should sum two numbers and return the right result. So the calculator service returned 2, but the test expected the return to be 3. The learning lesson with this scenario is you can run automated tests faster than manually tests, and if the method sum had automated tests from the beginning, the bug probably wouldn't have happened.